Well, Friday, Juneteenth was the grand opening of the, I guess, $850 million, although the budget is kind of unknown. It might be $1 billion plus, but very expensive Obama Presidential Center in Southside Chicago. Again, not a presidential library for reasons we'll discuss in a minute, but a presidential center with Oscar the Grouch doing the architectural design. In fact, it was so good, the architecture, it made Oscar smile, according to this particular presentation from Dilly Meme Team. I appreciated that one. But you had the grand opening on Friday for this center. And of course, how did it start, Robert? I should have made you guess this one too.
I did see this.
I'm not gonna play the powwow or whatever happened here. But yes, of course, it starts with a land acknowledgement from Valerie Jarrett. Valerie Jarrett, who, to be clear, does not look like she should be cast in Planet of the Apes at all. There is zero resemblance between this woman and the actress in the classic Planet of the Apes depiction, for which Roseanne Barr had her show destroyed. To say that they could be twin sisters is so off base, so incorrect, so factually wrong. I just want everybody to understand that whenever we talk about Valerie Jarrett, there's no resemblance between these two people at all. Valerie Jarrett was first on the stage to begin the event, and she did the land acknowledgement. We stole this land. We'd like to take a moment to recognize the original inhabitants of the land upon which we are gathered today. We honor the, I can't even say a lot of these tribal names. I'm not even going to. I recognize Ojibwe, and that I'm not going to try the rest of them. All right. But this is, God, man, there was, last summer, there was a brewery around here. We were, during my vacation time last summer, we went to a different part of the state, and there's a brewery whose beer I enjoy, and I wanted to stop in to check out this place. And I looked on their website to find where it is. And of course, I was assaulted. I was confronted with a land acknowledgement that said they recognize that their brewery is on stolen land. I thought, the hell with you, man. If you're telling me that you are a thief, that you steal, why would I go support your business if you openly admit, hey, I stole this property, and on this property I create the product that you enjoy? And that's why anytime people say this kind of stuff, you have to accept one of two things. If you sincerely believe that it is their land, you have to give it back. Otherwise, you are that thief. You are that stealer. If, however, you don't give it back and you are not a stealer, you deny both of those things, well, then what? You're dishonest in your presentation, and you're just saying this as some sort of ideological gesture when, in fact, you don't believe the premises. Because if you did, you would give the property back, or you would openly admit to being a criminal, and they won't do those things. So I remember when this was just like a fringe thing that happened at, I remember the whole controversy at Evergreen. What was it? What's that Washington college that went crazy back in 2017? Yeah, Evergreen College, Brett Weinstein and the rest of them. Mm-hmm. The president then, George Bridges, did the land acknowledgement. He used to think this was like just a fringe, ultra left-wing college thing to do. Now it's an official part of the opening of a presidential center, not library, but center. Anyway,
it's a wicked thing to just delegitimize all of American society. But I fully agree with you. To say we are on stolen land can only be two things. Either one, it is preceded by and we're giving it back, or it's just a victory lap. Like, imagine if I stole something from you, like I stole your wallet.
We're scalping them, man.
Yes. I mean, imagine if I stood in front of you and I was like, I took this from you.
Yeah.
LOL.
Yeah. It's like mockery. It's dunking on them, you know?
Yep.
We're teabagging the Indians and laughing at them because we're brewing beer on their burial grounds or whatever. Okay. Now, Obama himself, of course, gave a speech, and he did the meme. What do I mean when I say Obama did the meme? It's that any time a Republican opposition or opposition to prominent Democrats generally, when they're dead or out of office, otherwise no longer politically relevant or popular, we look back at them with respect and admiration and fondness, because even though we disagreed with them, they were actually good men, and their loyalty to the country is what really mattered. Obama did this with his former opponents, of course, in 2008. the late John McCain, and in 2012, Mitt Romney.
There are American values we can all share, regardless of party. Values every president here today, as different as we are, has tried our best to uphold. Values that John McCain and Mitt Romney believed in no less than I did. It is our greatest inheritance, the story of America at its best, because it reflects a basic faith in the decency of our fellow citizens.
Shut up, faggot.
I respect the decency of our fellow citizens so much, says the guy who weaponized the intel agencies to spy on his political opposition. Mitt Romney is a good and decent man, except for when I was running against him, of course, and then he was an animal-abusing, homophobic, grandma-murdering, aspiring slave master. Because remember, Mitt Romney, what did he do? He put his dog on the roof of his car. Remember that one? Do you remember the forced, as they put it in Vanity Fair at the time, non-consensual haircuts of gay kids? He didn't like to see fellow gays as a young man with their flamboyant long hair, and he forcibly cut it. We can't trust this man to run the country. Now, the thing is, I also hate Mitt Romney for very different reasons. We could come together on Romney hate, maybe. But no, now you have to act like you actually admired the guy and appreciated him. Remember when they were running ads of Paul Ryan, or who was supposed to be Paul Ryan, wheelchairing grandma off the cliff because he wanted to reform Medicare? If you watch this ad, they actually, what do they say in here? Like, is America really great without Medicare? I'm going to play this a little bit here. Back it up. Is America beautiful without Medicare? Yes, it was for like a century plus.
That's right.
Now, technically, that wasn't the Obama campaign, in fairness. That was a third-party liberal group that ran that one. But, of course, speaking of the Obama campaign, Mitt Romney wanted to do what? He wanted to put black people back in chains.
He's going to let the big banks once again write their own rules. Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Listen to how coherent he was.
I was going to say, both of them actually, Biden and current Obama, the clip you just played, the first thought is, man, are they good? Like, we have not had speakers like that in politics in a minute.
You talking about 2012 Biden? You're including him in that?
Yeah.
Or just relative to his current state?
No, even then, like, that was perfectly timed. That was very good public speaking. Like the way, even the hand motion, he's going to unchain Wall Street and then just wait. And then the way he kind of changed his accent to say, put y'all back in chains. Like, no, it was excellent. Excellent. I mean, I disagree with everything that man does, but I can appreciate the act.
This is why Robert's voting Democrat. He's very excited for how persuasive these people are.
I almost bought an AOC hat just to like troll, to like show up to the stream today.
It would have been a good bit. Yeah. Now they did the same to John McCain too. Of course, Barack Obama had implied that John McCain was racist or bigoted because John McCain had said Obama's not patriotic enough. He has a funny name. He doesn't look like all those other presidents on the dollar bills. Now, Obama walked it back later, saying, well, I don't think he's racist. I think he's just cynical. But of course, what did he mean by this sort of commentary? And they're going to do the same thing to Trump someday. They're going to reminisce fondly about how Trump was actually a pretty good guy. And sure, we disagreed with him on politics, but we could admire his love of country. He's not like that new Hitler that's actually way worse than he ever was. Get ready for that in, I don't know, 2-3 years' time. You'll start hearing that nonsense.
I would lose my mind. I mean, you may very well be right. But if I hear them talk positively about Trump in 3 years' time, like, all bets are off.
They will say he wasn't that bad. They may not praise him, but they'll say he was not that bad. Yeah. And you know who was there at the Obama Land opening? Joe Biden. His stage presence is not as good. You're right. He got left behind on the stage. And I don't know whose responsibility it was to shoo or usher Joe off the stage. Obama has handled that before. He didn't this time. Instead, he did an air guitar solo and he just left. Doesn't care anymore. But Joe Biden stayed on stage, apparently looking into the audience to find his granddaughter. It's when he takes off the glasses that gets me.
Look at my granddaughter.
We're the United States of America.
Plan your visit now. Scan the QR code. You might be able to see Biden shuffling around here too. Now, that actually was a significant moment in American history, Robert. That was a very rare sighting of Joe Biden actually searching for his granddaughter. With Hunter's illegitimate daughter, of course, she actually searches all day for him. Because his mom's a former stripper and Joe doesn't like that.
True.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go full Robert and praise this sort of thing, but I have nostalgia for like Joe Biden odd stage presence like that. It cracks me up. I'm glad he's nowhere near political power, but I kind of miss clips like that. They're like strangely endearing is the wrong word, but they're fun. Should they be funny? Should I be laughing at an old man who clearly shouldn't be on that stage? I don't know how to feel about this stuff, but it does crack me up.
That's fair. It's nostalgic at this point. Also, the music was on point, like great musicians. That I don't know if I should say this, it's a little edgy, but like, there are going to be lots of various N-words dropped tonight, at least implicitly. They might be censored, but I just feel like
there's no way you're going to be the spiciest part of this show.
Okay. I hope this is not too spicy, but I feel like at, shall we say, like black celebrations, like at that level, like super fancy, that's exactly the style of music that you get. Like it, at some point it becomes too on the nose. Like, did you also like serve watermelon? Like
it was a Juneteenth event. And,
okay.
I mean, I assume they had to have all the fix-ins, right?
Yep. But music was great. What can I say?
I didn't have a problem with the music, but anyway. Now, even Bill Maher was ripping the Obama Presidential Center and actually ripping his own audience. But he's saying this thing's expensive. It's ugly. Nobody actually likes it. Who's going to go to this? And then people in his audience acted like they're going to go to it. And he told them they're liars, and he knows that they're not going to do it.
You guys were both at the Obama Library?
Yeah.
Do we have a picture of the Obama Library? Because it looks like
Death Star.
It looks like something aliens built in Dubai.
I liked it. Tough but fair.
Why do it cost $850 million?
Yeah.
I don't understand why progressives like this. Couldn't that, money be better spent on something else? Who's going to go to this? Why do we need a president?
Raul, what do you think?
Why does anyone need a presidential library? These monuments to somebody's ego out of office. Are you?
Yeah,
anybody here in this audience planning to go to the Obama Presidential Library?
Sure. There you go.
Really?
Oh, no, Bill, come on.
What a bunch of fucking liars you are. You're not going to the Obama Library.
He's absolutely right.
It's like $30 a ticket to get in there too, which I guess is the most expensive of this sort of facility. But I don't know. I wonder what attendance will be like, especially given the fact that what's actually on display there may be kind of curated or incomplete, which is the other thing I want to talk about. But
that's what I'm curious about. Like, how is this not a library?
Well, okay, so let me get into that. So the reason it's not a library and it's a presidential center technically relates to the relationship or lack thereof with the National Archives. But the reasons that are cited by the Obama people why this is not a library, again, Chicago Sun-Times, incorrect to call it a library. It's the presidential center. So reason one, back in 2017, Obama decided not to cooperate with the National Archives and Records Administration, the NARA. Obama chose not to work with them ostensibly for cost reasons. They insist on their own designers, and they insist on certain features like the facility has to maintain a certain humidity for record preservation and all these expensive things. Okay. Obama also, as I was mentioning earlier, was personally very involved in designing the building and the campus. If the NARA was run, they would have a lot more control, perhaps final say on a lot of these design decisions. Cynically, though, the reason that Obama did not cooperate with the National Archives and the reason that it's not a presidential library, I don't know if it's like an intellectual property term of theirs or why they own that title, or if it's just the tradition that presidential libraries are run through the National Archives. But in any case, so every president since Hoover has done this cooperation with the National Archives to build and to have these presidential libraries, and they've donated their official records to the federal government and the National Archives, but not Obama. The handling of this presidential center, or handling it this way, allows for apparently more control of the documents, or there's some kind of agreement between how the documents will be managed. Obama's presidential records aren't even actually at the center. They are kept with the National Archives, but there's a deal to determine which documents get digitized or released through this center and which ones don't. So it's a lot more tightly controlled than other presidential libraries, and even the Daily Beast, apparently, normally an Obama-friendly left-wing publication, called the move a mockery of transparency. So it sounds like it has a lot to do with how records are managed and what records Obama and company may not want easily accessible. Yeah.
That's very strange. Or maybe he's trying to make money off of the
Could be.
records. Which would be highly, highly unusual. I hope not. I don't know. I don't even have words for this. Like if he is trying to make a buck off of his own personal records when every other president has donated them, and this guy is a millionaire, like what are we doing at this point?
He's trying to make enough money to buy the land from the Indians on honest terms. Okay,
That's right.
He's got to make it right.
He can give it back. This is wild.
Now, there's another controversy here, too. So the presidential center reportedly owes millions to contractors who built this entire facility and this entire campus. So Mr. Good and Mr. Decent Barack Obama apparently wasn't very good or decent about paying the people who built the place. Fox News Digital says they have spoken with multiple contracting or multiple construction firms doing various parts of building this place, claiming losses ranging from hundreds of thousands to tens of millions of dollars for work done on the project and not paid on time. Per the project's goals, and this is the kicker, I mean, it's not right to avoid or be late on payment to anybody who did this work. But of course, the entire Obama Center was built with the goal to hire minority-owned construction companies, minority workers. And so, of course, the people disproportionately harmed by this apparent lack of timely Obama payment are minority-owned businesses and minority construction workers of various types. Now, some of these companies and the people who run them say they are muzzled by a non-disclosure agreement. In this Fox News coverage, some people are quoted. Others only speak anonymously because they're muzzled by a non-disclosure agreement that prevents them from raising this issue publicly. So apparently Obama is on time and pays his bills, just like he respects the decency of his political opposition. Not very much. But this sounds like another scandal going on with this place. The people who built it have not been treated very kindly, they say.
This is wild. I mean, at least in a standard construction contract, these people would have a lien against the building, and hopefully that is the case. But it sounds like maybe that's not the case, considering that this is for the former president and blah, blah, blah. Like maybe these contractors were duped into signing terrible contracts. Terrible for them, I mean. This is crazy. I mean,
yeah, you wonder how a contract gets signed that says, I'm going to do $10 million worth of work for the Obama Center to be paid on X date, relative to project completion or something, I assume. How is that term not ironed out? It does seem hard. Now, if there was anybody who was doing handshake agreements with Chicago builders, maybe this would be the case, but I got to imagine, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe these guys were They're minority-owned businesses selected for that reason. Maybe they weren't as legally savvy, or they aren't as big of operations. Where, I mean, I've hired plenty of contractors to do work on my house without a formal write-up agreement, which is kind of ill-advised, but thankfully the work is done. At a smaller scale, I know there are a lot of guys who will work on more of a handshake agreement because I've been a party to that. But in something the size of the Obama Presidential Center, how do you have a handshake agreement for hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars worth of work?
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. So either the contractors, I mean, again, if it's a traditional contract, the contractors will win. The only other explanation is because of the political nature, maybe they like believed whatever foundation was building this building, thinking, oh, they'll treat us right because, it's Obama or something or other. But I think we can all look forward to that building getting repoed.
Can they just fit it on a flatbed? It's kind of, tall and narrow. It might just be able to take it away that way.